I need a thumbprint. What does that mean? You saying I don't have thumbs? I don't understand. Hey, glam artist. Hey, Sheree. Hang on, let me get IG on. Let's talk about the difference between being an influencer and a content creator today. Because there is a difference. Okay. And I think all of us saw the melee this weekend over the past few days. Okay. Um, that was spurred by Fanita. So, hey, Donnie, thank you for my roses. Y'all give me housekeeping, 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 housekeeping while we're waiting on everybody to come in. Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you so much. Hey, night nurse. Y'all tap that screen. Side note, if you guys do not know, okay, today is the last day you can get 39% off of all of the products. So click the link in the bio, tap the first button, go get yourself something nice. All of the manifestation mugs on sale, the crystal infused water bottles. I wanted to show y'all this because I think some of y'all don't know this. Y'all see this? This comes off. So you can mix whatever crystals you want, or you can you can change them out after you get them charged up. But yeah, I wanted to show y'all that. This one's money though. All of the planners. If y'all want me to go through the planners, let me know. If y'all want some of those, okay, they're on sale. Profit planners are on sale. The manifestation kits, y'all know the gigantic box that has everything is the only way you get a success planner. It's all 39% off today. So click the link in the bio. Go get yourself something nice. And as far as the manifestation kits, a lot of y'all were asking about a restock. I only have 7 of them left. So first come, first serve. Where did you publish your planners? With my manufacturer. I published them with my manufacturer. That's who I published them with. And I didn't publish, I did them myself. Anyway, the 365 marketing guide, this is actually how I plan and profit and plot out my entire year and how much money I'm going to make and what we're doing every quarter. And then the profit planner, this is the planner for beginners. If you're not making at least $10,000 a month on social media, you need to start with this one. You can't just jump into the 365 marketing guide. Like if you see the tabs, hold on, let me show you. If you see the tabs, trying to make sure I'm not showing y'all because like this is, you know what I mean, what it looks like. And then you can see the gold tabs in here on the inside because this is an annual planner, but you don't jump to this until you have everything inside of this figured out. This takes you through your target audience. This takes you through your emails. It takes you through the actual content you're going to be posting, figuring out your content bucket, your pillars, all of that. So I always tell people do the profit planner first, then you can get the 365 marketing guide. And then the success planner is just like a regular day planner. But anyway, let's talk about this, you guys. Let's talk about it. Hold on. Where's my screenshot? Okay. You know what? I don't need to screenshot. Y'all just tap 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 tap. Okay. So I think does everybody saw the whole like Fanita meltdown this weekend, right? I could not escape it. I opened up my phone on Monday and literally every third post was a think piece about Fanita in this whole situation. And y'all know during the month of May, my birthday is this month for those of you that did not know. And so I'm celebrating the whole month. And I've been doing free business trainings, okay? And business classes. And so initially, Fanita gets online and she's talking about the pay gap, okay, in between like Black creators and other creators. And there is a pay gap. There's absolutely positively some disparity. I'm not going to lie and say that there's not, okay? I've had brands and companies try and play in my face several times, all right? And by the way, if anybody gets brand deals and stuff like that, and you want to come up and you want to sound off, you're more than welcome to come up and be a part of this conversation. Okay. Right message, wrong messenger. Okay. So part of the reason this is a wrong messenger is because Alex Earl, like I'm not her demographics or her content doesn't show up in my timeline, but I do know who Alex Earl is. Alex Earl has like almost 7 million followers just on TikTok alone. Okay. She has a very, very specific audience and she peddles a lifestyle and she is indeed an influencer. Okay. And I'm about to say something that's going to be controversial. I know someone's going to get upset with me, but it is what it is. And for those of you that don't know, if you're wondering what makes me qualified to talk about this, I actually am in the business of helping people build their businesses. If you're in here and I've helped you make money, drop the money bags, the dollar signs, the credit card emojis, the euro, the yen, the dinero, whatever makes you feel good down in your shana now, okay? I have helped almost 900 people cross over to six figures. I have 176, about to be 178 clients that can say that they've made $1 million in under a year. I have 5 clients that earn over $10 million a year. Not only am I able to do it for my clients, I've been able to do it for myself. Okay? I have sold millions of dollars in digital products and physical products, services, traditional businesses, and I've worked with a ton of brands. If you go to the Lead Pages website right now, you're going to see my little black face on there. You're going to see my black face on there. Okay. I'm typically, if I decide to align with a brand on the business side, I'm normally number 1 or number 2 on the affiliates. You say you need help with your business, baby. Slide in my DMs, and we can see how we can work together. What's the best fit for you? I have had all kinds of articles written about me. I've been on CNN, I Ebony, Essence, Breitbart, Google. I'm a TEDx speaker, a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. I've been on Yahoo, Business Insider, in America and Australia and several other places, and I didn't have to pay for my press either. Let me be very, very clear. So, long story long, I'm very qualified to speak about this particular subject matter at hand. Okay. Not only am I qualified in that, a lot of the think pieces that I saw this weekend, I didn't really see anyone that met the actual profile, right, of fat, Black, and being paid a lot of money through social media. Hi, it's me. Okay. Don't get me wrong, cute. Okay. But your girl is statuesque. Okay. A lot of some people call me some people call me thick, some people call me fat. Okay. Some people be out here like, baby, you got a big bag like a Buick. Okay. Whatever it is, I got a big bank account too. I have a big audience too. A lot of big brands like to work with me. So, long story long, this whole rant, you know what I mean? And people, all these think pieces and people trying to say, well, it's different for her because she's big and she's Black and she's a woman. And even Fanita with her, putting out there that, there's no other big Black woman that's done what I've done, lies from the pits of hell. You understand what I'm saying? However, she's not my target. So she's not my demographic. So she wouldn't know about me and what it is that I'm doing. But long story long, I am perfectly, okay, probably the perfect candidate to talk about this at the end of the day. Okay. Whenever we get into your markability. Okay, whenever we get into, the pay disparity, when it comes, thank you, Tori, when it comes to brands, like, you know what I'm saying? Like let's just keep it a buck. Okay. I've been on both sides of the table. I've been on the side of the table where I'm working with companies to find influencers and to find content creators to help them in their initiatives. And I've also been on the other side of the table where I'm getting paid by the brands and by the companies to be able to sell products and services and softwares, right? Okay. And negotiations are very, very real. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say there's not a pay disparity, but when we have this pay disparity conversation, you have to compare an apple to an apple. And the first mistake that we had out of the gate, and this is why I want to make it very, very clear that we're very clear. There is a difference between an influencer and a content creator, and I'm not saying this to be shady. And some people don't like that. They're like, "Oh, they're all the same." They are not. They are not. So, for example, I have a client. If he's in here and he wants to speak up, he can. I won't put his business out there, but he does really, really well. He does 6 figures a year. He does UGC. UGC is user generated content. User generated content is what companies go, they seek people out to create content that looks native to a platform. So basically, if you're on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or Facebook or wherever you're at, and you see a piece of content and it looks organic, you know what I mean? It just looks like somebody that's cooking in the kitchen, or it just looks like somebody that's trying on outfits or putting on shapewear or doing work in their house. Okay, yes, UGC can also be faceless. UGC, normally there are a lot of smaller content creators that are producing the content. The company may pay you anywhere from $100 to $500 to create that piece of content. Okay. And then they also may tie it into like sales on the back end. So you give them a license. Let's say they run an ad with it. Let's say your ad generates them, I don't know, like 250,000 new customers or something like that. And then you're getting your percentage on the back ends, or sometimes there's an actual penny amount, like a quarter or a nickel or 6 cents or 7 cents or whatever that's going to be generated, whatever you negotiate on the back end. So you will have a lot of smaller content creators and sometimes larger content creators. They're creating content. Okay, they're not taking it to a brand. They're not taking it to their established market. They're just doing the content. The brand picks it up. They use it. They make sales, and so they may have gotten their $300 or $500 on the front end, and then on the back end they may make another $3,000 to $5,000. Okay. Okay, that's a content creator. Content creators come in a multitude of sizes. Thank you, Riri. If they come in a multitude of sizes, right? A influencer has their own audience. An influencer has their own base. An influencer has a very specific lane, a very specific category that they are in, that they're known for that particular content or to be a voice when it comes to that thing. An influencer actually has the ability to influence people to buy things, wear things, style things, create trends, okay? Give opinions, change their mindsets. So yes, there's a big difference between an influencer and a content creator. And just because you have a lot of followers does not make you an influencer. I've told you guys this before. Influencers' jobs is to sell stuff. Influencers are cultivating a lifestyle, right? Or they're around a specific niche. So you can have people that are influencers in business. You can have beauty influencers. You can have party influencers. You can have home influencers. You can have parent influencers. There's so many different categories, okay? Fashion influencers, but typically fragrance influencers, but typically influencers, their content and their lane is like very clearly defined. So when we look at someone like Fanita, right, when she was going through all of this weekend, her first mistake when she's talking about the pay gap and the disparity was a few mistakes. But first of all, when she went on that Tarte trip and she did not care about that other Black woman and her unfair treatment and the pay disparity, and she was happy to be, she was happy to be a token Black girl and a token fat girl on the trip. Let's call a thing a thing. She didn't care because she was coming up. She felt like she had arrived. Okay, she was happy to be on her brand trip. She did not care if she could utilize those products or not. They're like, let's keep it a buck. And this is not being shady. This is being truth. And I'm speaking from a business side. And I know sometimes y'all like to get emotional when I come in here and I talk about business. But do y'all want me to tell the truth so that way we can learn and we can grow? Because this is definitely a learning experience for several people. Okay. When a company is looking to work with you, if you're an influencer, there will be several people in your audience that will want to purchase that product or service. Now, let's keep it a buck. How many of you guys that are familiar with Fanita's content, how many of y'all are going to Fanita for makeup insight, advice, and tips? You're not, because that's not what she does. That's not what she's known for. That's not her brand. That's not her aesthetic. She's not doing wear tests. She's not out here trying all the different foundations. She's not trying all the different eyeshadows. She's not on here doing skincare on a regular basis, right? She's not doing that. She's not on here talking about how much she loves, particular like flare lashes or eyeshadows or anything like that. Typically, okay, you say you don't even know what she does. She's funny. She's a personality. She does a social commentary. She has her podcast that's done very, very well, where she interviews people, sometimes asking them very tough and inappropriate questions. Sometimes, like, that's her thing. She does comedy, okay? But realistically, there's not a lot of people that are going to her saying, I want to dress like you, I want to look like you, I want to have the opportunities you have, I want to live like you, I want to think like you. And that is not a dig at her. This is just the reality of a situation. Influencers influence. People do want to dress like them. People do want to do their makeup like them. They want to decorate their homes like them. They want to travel like them. They want to live like them, right? They want to model, like they want to have some of the experiences. That's the big difference. Right, that's a big difference. I would definitely say she could go in the entertainer category for sure, for sure. Definitely in the you said, which says a lot about Tarte just scrambling for black women, baby, because a lot of us been Shinshin, a lot of us been through with Tarte. Okay. Jackie and Alyssa told us about them years ago. The fact that we're still in 2024 and they don't have, variety and shades. They don't have a range of colors, but that's neither here nor there. We're not talking about Tarte right now. But Fanita went on that trip and got on the internet and told everybody how they were jealous of her and they broke and they mad, and she had no problem being the token black girl. She had no problem being the token fat girl, because a lot of people want to represent diversity. And so diversity, they're not just looking for different. Thank you, Sheree. When we get to diversity, people are not just looking to see if you're diverse in race or if we're diverse in gender or if you're diverse in sexuality. They're also looking to see if you're diverse, like in your actual physical appearance, as far as like your size and your shape. Okay, right? Because everybody wants to give the appearance of we're inclusive, except, well, I ain't gonna say everybody. What's the little legging people? What's the little legging brand? Y'all help me out. What is it? They have like all the little pop-up shops, all the little girls like selling them on, like, yes, Lululemon, baby. Their CEO got on and said Lululemon is not for you if you are fat, if you are broke. We don't want you. Okay. He said this several times. He doesn't care. He's not out here trying to be diverse. He doesn't care about inclusivity. He doesn't care. Okay. But okay. A lot of companies and a lot of brands want to be politically correct, right? They want to be socially acceptable. So that brings us to this next thing. When you're working, when you have a persona where you can say anything or you're putting out information that a large population thank you for my beret, Charmaine. Where you have a large percentage of the population that they can take offense to that. A lot of brands are afraid of that. I want y'all to really, really think about like influencers, like strong influencers. Okay. I want you to think about it. How often do you really see them come out and give an opinion about anything like political, anything that's impacting anyone, like from a socioeconomic status? How often do you really, hey Queenish, hey Hodan, hey, how often do you really hear them come and formulate an opinion? How often do you see them doing right? Any type of specific commentary that's going to evoke a high level of emotions in people. How often do you see them touching on controversial topics? You don't. They try and keep themselves clean and they try and keep themselves out of everything because they don't want to be canceled and they don't want to have a high risk assessment with different brands and companies. Like, can we tell the truth? Like, I mean, this is a part of it. If you're going to be an influencer, if you're going to be a part of the package, you can't get on the internet and tell everybody that you hate them and that they're on Section 8 and their cars need transmissions. you can't. You can't get online and say stuff like that with your chest. you can't do it. That's a high risk assessment, right? For the brand and for the company. And now they're in a position where they have to try and back off of y'all. And if I'm gonna be honest, and this is why I say somebody's going to get mad at me, but I'm not saying it to be shady. I'm just telling the truth. A lot of Black content creators are not looking at their pages and they're not looking at their content and they're not looking at their digital footprints and their social interactions from a business perspective. They're not looking at it as an opportunity. And y'all know this is not my first time saying this. I've said this several times. There are some of y'all's favorite creators out here, like in TikTok land, especially like Messy Talk and Drama Talk and stuff like that. And y'all will ask me, like, why aren't you in those spaces? Because that is not, I have an actual brand. I have an actual business. I have actual contacts that were established before I even started a TikTok account. And for me, one, that energy is very draining to me. I operate on a higher frequency than that. It is what it is. I don't want to be in chaos every day when I wake up. Okay. I don't want to be out here cussing people out every single day. That's not what I want to do. Okay. And then when you think about working with a brand or working with a company, okay, when we get into it, if you're a Black content creator and you aspire to have brand deals, you aspire to have partnerships, you want to get paid $30,000, $50,000, $60,000 a post. Hey, AP, thank you, love. Thank you, pretty girl. You know that this is something that you want to get done. Well, guess what, baby? You got to start being more conscious of your content. You got to be more conscious of the company you keep, because if you are very controversial and there's a lot of things that people can pull up as far as like video clips of you, old tweets, certain messages, things, that really just have you in hot water, things that have really gotten other people's grits burning, those companies are going to run away from you. Or if they do work with you, they're going to lowball you because they don't feel that they're going to be able to get the return on the investment. Please understand, if a company is paying me $30,000 or $35,000 for a post, if y'all see a company coming to one of my events in person and they're sponsoring it, means they kicked out a check to us. Then they came and they set up booths. They're coming and they're teaching classes. They're coming, and not only did they kick out a check on the front end, they're kicking me a check out on the back end too. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? There was a risk assessment that went into that, and they said, is this person good for our brand? When you go look at the Lead Pages website, y'all, that's a big deal for one to be a person of color, like to be a Black woman on there. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big deal. If you're, those of you not in the business world, you don't care, but you understand. But other people that are digital marketers, other people that run online businesses, other people that have e-com, okay, that's a big deal for my Black face to be on there. A real big deal. It's a big deal that they come and they actually sponsor my events. It's a big deal that I get a check from them every month. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So when you're looking, and this is an example I'm giving y'all of someone that I've had a long-term working relationship with. I didn't just get paid like a one time with them. We've had an on-standing business relationship for years at this point. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So realistically, There are some companies I may work with, and it may be a $25,000 thing. Maybe they want some deliverables on a couple of different social media platforms, right? There are some companies, maybe I'm just getting in bed with them. And so maybe I'll take like 7,500 or 8,500 for that post so I can see if we can, build this out into a longer relationship with one another. But realistically, you have to have a level of markability, and you're not marketable, if I'm being honest, if you are drenched in controversy. Okay. If there's a huge population of people that just have like a very negative feeling about you, and I'm not talking about like, oh, they just don't like you because they don't like the color lip gloss you wear. I don't mean like that. I mean, if you're on the internet saying offensive things, even her apology that she put out, she was like, I'm just apologizing to my audience, and she was basically like, F everybody else, right? To get to get on the internet and tell people that like they're on Section 8 and how you don't like black men because you know what I mean, because they made fun of you on Twitter, and how you'll never pursue a black man but you'll chase white men. Like, y'all, it was a lot going on. A lot of companies don't want to be associated with that, but at the end of the day, that's not really off par for her, because again, if you watch the podcast, if you watch her language, if you watch her content, she says a lot of her personality, and her angle is very harsh, very direct, very matter of fact. You know what I mean? Like, it, even though it's inside a comedy, she got online and said, yeah, like I couldn't really show y'all my real personality. I had to keep it a secret because I was fat. And pretty much now that I'm skinny, I can say whatever I want to say. I was like, God dang. It's funny watching it, but it's not funny if you're a brand working with her. You know what I'm saying? Charmaine, thank you. If you're a brand and you are thinking about putting money behind her, or doing a project with her, or having her wear your stuff, or doing product placement and stuff like that, there's a much smaller sector of companies that you would be aligned with, and that, hey, different breed, what's going on, love, and that would want to work with that. And so I'm telling all of my Black content creators that you have to really think about what you are saying and what type of content you're producing. You have to think about, how your audience feels about you and how you want them to feel. You're going to have to put some thought into, do you want to be a thought leader? Do you want to be a commentator? Do you want to focus on politics or finances? Do you want to focus more on lifestyle? Right? Do you want to be known for something? Because that's another thing. A lot of us that are able to do well with companies, we have very defined lanes. It's very easy for you to categorize us into what we do, right? It's very easy if you scroll down my content, especially on Instagram, you're like, oh, this girl does business. She does business, she does marketing, she does sales. So therefore, companies, when they have like payment processors and stuff like that, they normally want to work with me. If they have different SaaSes, they want to work with me. Lead generation, pages, online like portals and stuff like that. They want to work with me because it aligns with what I do inside of my industry. Right. Then there's another sector people, like I just kind of leaned into the beauty. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna be a beauty girl, and I'm still not a full-time beauty girl, right? And beauty, I would say I'm a content creator and not an influencer, even though if I wear something or if I use something, people want to know and it sells, but I'm not doing beauty stuff constantly. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's not my primary thing. Do I get gigs for it every now and then? Somebody, like, for instance, there are a lot of companies, they notice my nails, right? They reach out to me, especially a lot of press-on nail companies, since they know I've been very vocal about doing my own nails over the past year and a half. So a company that reaches out to me for nails, and they know that I do live streams with y'all about nails, and they see some nail content on my page here and there, I'm not expecting that company to pay me $20,000 or $30,000 to talk about their nails, nails because I'm not a full-time nail content creator. But if they say, Ashley, we'll send you some free nails and we'll give you, $8,500, I may go through the negotiations on the deliverables, right? And figure out if I like the language in the contract. Well, for me, that's a good deal for that, because I don't have a base of millions of girls and guys that follow me for nail content. When I do my nails, it may be a couple hundred of y'all in the room watching me do my nails, but that's still, that's still really good. But y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, that's not my primary thing. But if my primary thing was like nails, and that's all I talked about was maybe like nails and hair or something like that, and I had 300,000 people that followed me and they came to me for whatever information it was on nails, designs, different tools, methodologies, how to feel, techniques, stuff like that. Well, then at that point, well, no, I have hundreds of thousands of people that are here for nails and they see me as a nail resource. So I'm a nail influencer and now I want $35,000. Does that make sense to y'all? Or does that help? Another thing that you have to do is you have to learn the language. And what I noticed with a lot of Black creators, if you don't have management, it's fine. I didn't have management for a very long time, right? But you have to understand the language. So sometimes you're not getting deals. We're not getting deals just because we don't know the actual terminology. So you have to, right? And so you have to look and see, like, do they want like an exclusion or non-compete? What's going on under the indemnification? Look, I got tongue tied. Indemnification. They're indemnification. I don't know why I can't say that today, right? Like, right? Like, is there any type of licensing? You know what I mean? Like, what's the time frame? Are there other things you can charge additional for? How many edits do they want? Like, there are all these different things that you're going to be going through. There's probably like about 10, 12. Y'all, I'm gonna do like an update. Probably next weekend. I think I might get to it this weekend to go inside of Instacoin, but literally like on just the language of the contract. So some of y'all will do yourself well by just learning what's inside of some of these contracts. So that way, whenever you are working with a brand or you are working with a company and you get the opportunity, you will be able to negotiate properly because you know the language. And if you can't get the rate up, well, then you need to start taking out some of the services in the deliverables, right? Because if somebody came to me and they were like, Ashley Ann, I'm going to pay you $5,000 and a brand tried this. And I was like, baby, bye. And it was for business. Okay, it was for a software, and they were like, oh, we'll do $5,000, and they wanted me to post 3 timeline posts over the span of a month, so basically one every 10 days. They wanted me to post 4 stories. I'm not doing 3 timeline posts and 4 stories with unlimited edits, you know what I mean, for $5,000. And then you don't want me to work with any other competitor for a year. You have lost your effing minds. And I'm the type of person, though, I'm not going to take a deal and then get on the internet and cry about being lowballed. I don't like what's in your offer. So therefore I'm going to say no. You said that's wild, it's real wild. And they said they didn't have the budget. And I said no. And I said, maybe if you get a larger budget, hopefully you'll consider me for future campaigns, right? I kept it polite. Guess what they did? They came back and magically they had $15,000 this time instead of $5,000. I still didn't want the $15,000 though. You understand what I'm saying? Because in that arena, no, I actually am an influencer in that arena. And I have proof and I have numbers to back up how much money I've made for these other companies and these other brands. A lot of it, millions of dollars. So no, in that arena, that doesn't work. Now, if it was a eyeshadow brand or something, and they were like, Ashley, we'll pay you $15,000, you know what I mean, for a post. If you create some content with this eyeshadow, then I may say, you love this mug? Click the link in the bio, baby. Tap the first button. Use code BDAY. I'm having a 39% off sale for my birthday. Today is the last day of the 39% off sale. It's on anything. So when you get to checkout, just put in code B, like the B as in boy, and then day, Delta Alpha Yellow B-Day. Put in code B-Day. It'll take 39% off your entire order. So yes, baby, get you a cup, get you a planner, get you a manifestation kit, get you a class while you're in there. Thank you, Jada. Click the link in the bio, tap first button. It'll take you over to shop the store. But does that make sense to you guys? So literally, depending on what it is that you do and what you're known for is going to help you leverage. Thank you for the money gun, Glorious Locks. That's what's gonna help you leverage your deal. That's what's gonna help you leverage your opportunity. Getting on the internet and ranting and raving about it and telling people that they're broke and on Section 8 and don't have transmissions, and then coming back and making an apology video talking about how you donate to several organizations for less fortunate people is not going to cut the mustard. Okay. Next, when we're getting into here, you have to figure out your treatment and the type of content that you want to produce. So thank you to all of the Kingdom members that follow me across multiple platforms. Y'all will notice that my YouTube and my TikTok are very, very different than my Instagram. Extremely different. Because I've decided I wanted to be more focused. I have more to offer to the world than just business stuff, right? And I noticed how you guys like getting daily vlogs from me. Y'all like the shopping and the closet content. Y'all like the get ready and the beauty stuff from me, the skincare. I noticed that y'all told me, y'all like, we like this stuff from you. And y'all really, really like the cooking stuff from me. A lot. So I was like, great. So I decided, you said you love it all. Thank you, boo. So I decided, okay, over here in TikTok, I don't have to be locked into just business. So on TikTok and on YouTube, I lean more into the feminine millionaire instead of the King Ashley Ann side over here, because it's giving me the freedom to be able to do more things that I want to do. And so now I have other brands reaching out to me now for like fashion deals, people for nail stuff, like cookware, right? Because I'm able to be more focused on the lifestyle. So over here is pretty much like money, is money, mindset, and pretty much an elevated life, right? So money, mindset, and your mantra. Like that's what type of time I'm on over here. And I don't think people get that. Like you can build different audiences on different platforms. Right? So because I'm taking the time to build that out over here, right? And starting the process. And let me be clear. I'm not expecting someone to offer me the same amount for my YouTube and my TikTok that I do for my Instagram and my Facebook. My Instagram and Facebook is like over 1.5 million followers. You understand? And it's primarily like in the money marketing business space. Okay. All right, over here on TikTok, shout out to all the Kingdom members on TikTok. We're about 100K strong. I think 130,000 when I looked this morning. It's 130,000 of us over here. We crossed over the 10,000 mark on YouTube, a couple weeks ago. I'm very, very excited about that. But that's a big difference in audience. So I can't get on the internet and get mad that I find out that they offered, let's say, there's another creator. I got 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So let's say there's another creator and they have 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you for my confettis, Riri. Let's say I get on TikTok and there's another creator and they have 500,000. They got 500,000 followers over here on TikTok. And I find out the same brand reached out to both of us. And then I can't sit here and let's say the other woman is a white woman. I can't say that, there's a pay disparity because she's white and I'm black, when literally she has 3 to 5 times the followers that I have. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like literally her audience from a brand perspective is going to be more valuable because there's literally going to be more eyeballs there. Does that make sense? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Now, if there's a white creator and we both have around 10,000 followers, I have 130,000 followers on TikTok. She has 100,000 followers on TikTok. Our engagement is neck and neck. You know what I mean? Our marketability is pretty much the same. If we're the style of content, that's another thing, the quality of content is pretty much the same. Both of our, it'll maybe mine aligns more with the brand than hers does. And I find out that they offer her $6,500 and they only offer me $2,500, and we're trying to negotiate and get stuff worked out, and they just say, well, we don't have a budget for you. Now that's pay disparity, right? Because with that, that's an apple to an apple. All things are equal. The only thing that's different is the color of our skin at that point. If we both have the same level of content, the quality when you look at the page, if we both have a similar following, if we both have a similar level of engagement, right? If we both, as far as the deliverables, we're offering the same things. At that point, now that's pay disparity. That's you telling me that I'm worth less, right? Because of my black skin. Or even worse, I have more following, I have more engagement, I have stronger content. Because there's another big company that tried to do that to me, and I said no bueno. I'm not gonna tell you who they are. It's an auto company though. And I found out that they were like, oh, you're on the radar. And they basically wanted to offer me a free car to drive. But no, you're giving somebody else a free car and paying them $250,000. And when you put up our video stacked side by side, baby, I had way better engagement, better quality, all of that, right? All of that. So with them, I did not take their offer. Right? And I explained to them why I was not taking this offer. And best of luck of finding someone that would be willing to accept that. But that's not what I was willing to accept. Now, I'm going to say this. It's a lot of y'all right now. Y'all say, child, somebody give me a free car. I'm taking the offer. Good for you, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, because all of us have different things that we will accept. Does that make sense? I'm not going to look down on you and say you don't know your worth because you took the free car and I wouldn't take the free car. I have plenty of cars. I'm not hurting for a car. Like, I have plenty of cars. Y'all, my work vehicle is a 2024 Cadillac Escalade. That's my work vehicle. My work vehicle is a brand new custom 2024 Cadillac Escalade. I don't need a car. I have a 300 Benzo. I have a Lamborghini Urus, and I have Rolls Royces. So for me, you offering me a car is not going, you see what I'm saying? Now, if I live somewhere and I didn't have a car, or my car was like kind of old or having struggles and stuff like that, well, then I would say like, oh, this is a great deal. I'm going to take the car. Because sometimes brands will come to you, they won't give you cash outright, but they'll come to you with like their product, right? A grocery store may approach you. Like, if you do a lot of cooking content, like meals at home, I've seen grocery stores, they'll give people maybe like $1,000 in cash, but they'll offer you like $3,000 a month in free groceries with their store. That's a big deal. You're getting $12,000 in cash and $36,000 in free groceries, baby. Baby, let me tell you something. Groceries are high. Every time I go to the grocery store, I spend in between $250, $300 because I buy like a lot of produce and vegetables. I try and eat cleaner because, baby, I don't want my belly to be bigger than my butt. You know what I'm saying? I'm thick. You know what I'm saying? But I got a good shape with it. I ain't built up like SpongeBob, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, Gina, thank you. But realistically, a lot of people would take that deal, right? If you create cooking content and you just need to say, you just need to do a couple of trips every month into the grocery store and show people that you're shopping in one of these grocery stores and that this is what you're coming home to cook with, that's not a bad deal. $3,000 a month in groceries. A lot of y'all, that's groceries for you, groceries for your mama, groceries for your best friend, probably groceries for your sister and their kids too. Does that make sense? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So realistically, when we get into negotiations, you have to figure out what's acceptable for you. And just because somebody else takes something, that's I kind of cringe a little bit when I, see creators are like, you have to know your worth. You're worth more than that. Blah 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 blah. Well, let me keep it a buck. Sometimes your brand is not worth more than that when it's in the beginning stages. If you have 3,000 followers and somebody says, we'll pay you $200 to create a piece of content for us under UGC, and then if we select it and use it in an ad, we'll share the profits with you in the back end. That's not a bad deal for you. You don't have hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people in your audience yet. And I feel like the point is fair, but like when we were talking and they threw out Alex Earl, y'all, almost every video Alex Earl posts has 1 million views. Over 1 million. Over. You understand what I'm saying? So when a company or a brand is working with her, this woman actually has the ability to sell stuff out. You look at Jackie Anna, Jackie is an influencer. Jackie has the ability to sell stuff out. I bought all 4 of Jackie's perfumes, had not smelled one of them. Oh, Jackie's doing it. I want to support her. I bought all of them, sight unseen, then reviewed it. She didn't ask me to do a review because, right, she's an influencer. There's a sector of us, we love Jackie. And if Jackie is selling it, we're probably buying it. I didn't even know about that new Swiffer, like the one that has all the little frilly stuff on the bottom, like the Super Swiffer Jet Mop, until I saw her post it on her page. You say you bought them because of me. Thank you, Thea. And so I saw a post. I was like, well, let me go get this Swiffer mop because I got a lot of wood and I got a big flow, baby, and I can use it. Let me go get it, right? So I'm just saying there are some people, they have influence. They have the ability to get people to act a certain way, behave a certain way, go certain places, purchase certain things, right? Consume certain things. And that is very different than a content creator. Content creators, like, you may be strong in creating like very cinematography. You may be really strong in creating like content that has a really strong connection. Thank you for my money gun, Thea. That has a really, really strong connection, right? You may be really good at creating funny content, right? That's going to make people laugh or something like that. And so that's what you're using. You're going to use your humor to be able to bring awareness to a product or to a service. But let me keep it a buck. Just because you get a lot of followers does not mean you're an influencer. And that's not being shady. So when we start talking about the pay disparity, because it's very real, you have to compare apples to apples. It would be like if I got on the internet and I got mad and I said, y'all, Swiffer Jet contacted me and they only offered me $5,000. I'm just making up something. And they offered Jackie, they offered her $200,000, and I'm mad about it. No, Jackie has like what, 2-3 million followers on TikTok alone. You know what I'm saying? Content does mad numbers, like thousands of comments every time she posts. You said true because I consider myself a content creator and not an influencer. Really? Now, see, love, I would consider you an influencer over a content creator. If I'm being honest, I definitely would put you in the influencer category. Because your page is very easy to, define what you do. I feel like anything like on lifestyle or beauty and a lot of like thought processes for young women, I would put you in that category, and you're like very marketable. Especially, I know a lot of people like your day in the life and kind of like reset content and stuff like that. Yeah, I would put you in the influencer category. So it's interesting that you feel like you're more of a content creator than an influencer. You said she can't influence you to do anything. Right. Hold on. Let me open up the panel. Where's my stylist at? Y'all want to come up? Y'all come up. Tashina, you said you're a content creator. You think you definitely would be in the content creation category. And y'all know I talked about this the other day. Thank you, Thea. We did a whole entire stream and I broke down the different types of content creation and explained to y'all you have to figure out what category you want to be in. Like, is there a lot of money to be made? Yes, it's a gaggle of money to be made out here in these streets with everything from, hair products and accessories down to, your underwear. Like I'm serious. I've had companies, because y'all know I'm top heavy, right? I've had quite a few companies reach out to me about working with them, like for like undergarments or whatever, for bras. However, that doesn't fit my page. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't fit my content that I put out there. If I did more like kind of get ready with me type videos or outfit of the day or something like that, I feel like realistically, if I talked about, hey, this is my favorite bra or something like that, then I may be able to sell a lot of them. On a content creation side, do I think I could create the content for it? Yes. But do I think that would suit well with my brand? No. I feel like people would be shocked, including my mama and my daddy, if they got on the internet and they saw me out here, you know what I'm saying, jiggling what I got. Show for a bra, right? And there's nothing wrong with women that do that. Let me be clear. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because somebody has to sell us the undergarments and the support garments. But for me, it's not a good, you know what I'm saying? It's not a good fit for me. So there's a lot of deals that you get. Like, I'm not being dramatic. I probably have anywhere from 15 to 30 brands reach out to me every single day about their different products and asking me, can I push them? Like, I'm not even being dramatic. So, but just because someone reaches out to you doesn't mean that you necessarily are going to pick it up and you're going to run with it. And that's another part of you trying to build like your brand or your audience or what you want to be known for online. You cannot be out here just peddling anything and everything, because then whenever you do bring something to your audience, people aren't going to take you seriously. You see what I'm saying? They're not, because they're going to be like, well, she's peddling everything. If it's like, oh, she peddling chicken wings, she's selling cootie cat pills, and then she's selling water bottles, now she's selling us a Peloton. No one's going to take it seriously because you're just always peddling different things. I'm for real. There are some people, baby, if you put a dollar sign on it, they're pushing it out there. But that really devalues you with your audience, because you're losing your no like and trust factor, because the audience is like, what is she selling today? No one's going to take you seriously. So just, you have to keep that in mind too. Just because a brand or a company reaches out to you, that doesn't necessarily mean that you should take that deal. Child, y'all gonna act like y'all don't see girls selling these cat pills all over the internet, telling girls if they take them, they gonna smell like Skittles and rainbows and carrying on. Hey, little pearl head, child, y'all don't play with me now.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
so let me be honest. I'm doing well. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, there's a little delay. So when you announced the topic for today, I was like, I don't know, I don't need this. I already know. Girl, I needed this. My content is all over the place. I'm unfocused, and you are such a blessing.
Thank you.
Like, people who come in here and doubt you, please, you are a blessing. So this is getting me really focused. I am in the kingdom. I'm in monetization nation, and I'm going through a lot of the stuff that I bought. Hey. I'm going through, I'm very organized. And so I have an office and I drive Uber in the morning. When I come into the office, because of you, I have so much more freaking clarity and direction.
That makes me happy.
You're not paying me. You can, but you're not paying me for that. But, I have so much more direction. And this topic is making me, because you have her, and I got it, but then, you lose it. And so now with my focus, it's given me even more clarity. So I would put me, because I was creating content, But I think I'm more, as a spiritualist, I'm more of an influencer because I want to influence people to better themselves, to have a better connection with spirit, whatever it is that they believe in, even if they just believe in their higher self.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a process for them to be able to do that. So I would consider myself an influencer, even though I'm creating content about what I need them to be influenced about.
Absolutely.
Is that correct, or?
Yeah, that would be correct, because this is the thing when you're thinking about being an influencer. And I know this is why I told y'all when we were going through this, was it last week or maybe the week before, when we were breaking down categories. This is why I was telling y'all, I know it sounds silly, but you really have to think about, what do you want to be known for online? And do you want to be a content creator? Do you want to be an educator? Do you want to be an entertainer? Do you want to be an influencer? Because there's a such thing as a micro influencer. There's a such thing as a nano influencer, right? Micro influencers have influence over their audience, but the audience is just smaller. So let's say you have under 10,000. I think it's under 15,000. I got to go look it up. I think under 15,000 is nano influencer. Under 10,000 for sure. But these are people, they have very defined lanes. So for instance, somebody, they kept comparing Fanita to E. Kane and saying that Fanita is trying to take E. Kane's personality, but E. Kane has a defined lane. Wigs. E. Kane is all her antics, all her little back and forth with people on the internet and all those sorts of types of things. E. Kane, when it comes to a unit or a wig or installing that thing, the quality of the hair, if you know what I mean, if people trust her, that is her lane. So even so, technically, like, even though people, they don't hear, E. Kane would actually be an influencer with wigs, and she has an audience, a very big audience of girls who trust her. And if she said buy this hair or buy this unit or get this product, they're going to get it. And so, and that's for everybody in here. And if you don't have to be an influencer. You could just say, I enjoy creating content. But I'm going to tell you this, if you want to be an influencer, you do have to niche down. You have to pick a lane. Somebody should be able to easily scroll down your page, you know what I mean, and see consistently that you're talking about this specific thing, that you're creating content about this specific thing. And let's be honest, there has to be a certain quality to your content too. If you're thinking about working with a company or a brand, and let's say you're a micro influencer, so let's say you have 5,600 followers or something like that. Well, you're not going to be able to compete with somebody that has 100,000 followers or 1,000,000 followers on the following count, right? But you can come in and talk about the quality of your content, right? Whether it's from an educational standpoint, whether it's the treatment, when you look at like the lighting, the angles, the transitions, the fades, right? Being able to, you may be able to come in and say, not only can I give you high quality content that will you be, thank you, Dance Digital, that you would be able to put, on your website or repurpose in an ad, or repost to your social media page because it's going to look like this. I also, will offer you 2 or 3 edits. I can put together an actual script for you, or you understand what I'm saying? Or you can say, oh, I'm planning a trip. Let's see, we're talking about spirituality. Maybe you're headed to the beach or something for, whatever reason. Well, I have a trip, in 3 weeks going here. And I noticed that you're kind of lacking in your nature content, and I'll be in the rainforest, you know what I'm saying, for 4 days. I can actually create content for you here in the rainforest. So you may be able to get your leverage on creating 4 or 5 pieces of content for them, faceless content, or, with you in it, whatever. But I can create this for you, and I can and I can do it for you in this particular exotic location. Does that make sense? So you're not going to go in trying to negotiate based on your followers, because you can't. These other people have more followers. They have a larger audience than you, but you definitely can compete on the authenticity of the content, people's ability to connect with it, the quality of the content, even timeliness, because you're a micro influencer. Typically micro influencers don't have like 18 pieces of content that they need to create for different brands and companies. So you may say, hey, I can create this content and I can turn it around for you in under 7 days. And so for some companies and some brands, that's very, that's very exciting to them, that they don't have to wait 30 days or 60 days or 90 days for the content. Does that make sense? So that's why, like, whenever you decide what your lane is, well, now you have to figure out what is it that you have to offer. Honeydew said, "But ha ha ha." I'm sorry. For those of you that don't know, I simulcast. I'm on multiple screens at one time. Little Pearl Ed, if you're talking baby doll, you're on mute. But y'all, this is for everybody. You got to figure that out. That stuff matters. You can't be out here saying I want to get a brand deal and you're putting up raggedy content, because that's not going to work either. Even a lot of these girls that are influencers and they're selling you things, but they're selling you things subtly, go pay attention to the quality of their content.
Now, what if you're pushing your own stuff? Which lane would you fall into?
I mean,
if pushing your own products,
it would be the same thing. You can push your own products and still be known as an influencer. A lot of influencers have their own products and services. You know, a lot of them do like partnership deals with, you know, and special collaborations and stuff like that. So you still can be an influencer and push your own stuff. It really has more to do with when it comes to a certain like thing or category. Are there people looking to you, as Love said, for what's next? Like, are they looking for you, you know, for advice? If something happens, are they looking for your opinion? You know what I'm saying? Are they tagging you because they want to hear your take or they want to hear your thoughts about it? If there's a question, you know, oh, this happened or this came out in the news, are they coming to see what you have, you know, for them as far as from an informational perspective? Are like, okay, when you look at some of these girls that are doing influencing, they're very subtle. They're not like super salesy, right? Like they'll put in like a little education. So they'll be like, "Well, come with me today as I grocery shop for my husband and 2 toddlers." And then they take you on a little trip to a specific grocery store, which you don't know that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we're going to such and such today. I love this store because they have the freshest produce and blah 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 blah. And this is the only place I can find this brand of alkaline water or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then they're sitting here, oh, I love, or those freaking poppy sodas, right? There are people crazy about that. Oh, I love the poppies, blah 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 blah, going on and on and on about it. Then they get home and they unload. Oh well, before I put up the groceries, let me fix myself a quick drink. And now they're over here mixing a poppy soda with some type of supplement, a herb juice or something. They break out the little frother. They're like, this is my this always gives me an energy boost in the middle of the day. If y'all need an energy boost, you know, go click the link in my bio and you can get the poppy soda in these vitamins or something. And then while they're telling you that, you're watching a video of them unload the groceries and put them in the refrigerator and then fix a snack for the kids. And then the video's over. You see what I'm saying? So like, they marketed to you to sell something, but they did it in a way that a lot of people didn't even notice. And people do, they're like, oh yeah, I do have low energy in the middle of the day, right? They did the grocery shopping trip because grocery shopping is relatable. A lot of people still go to the grocery store. So when it's the same thing, whether you're selling your own products or you're selling somebody else's stuff, even with my own products, like, right? Like I sell my stuff all the time. Like it's happened a few times. Like the way I just took a drink out of my Manifest Everything Positive mug. Almost every single time I use this, okay? Almost every single time I use my cup, somebody says, "Oh, I love your mug." Oh, go click the link in my bio and get it. And I sell mugs. And I'm not having to get in here and say, buy the mug, buy the mug, buy the mug, buy the mug. But people see me using the mug. People think that the mug is really cute. And then they say, hey, how do I get a mug? So you see what I'm saying? So like I sell my own stuff all the time. Let's see if I can add a tip. Don't be afraid to study others and do the ads you may see. Oh yeah, that's excellent advice. Absolutely. Because you can take things from other people, even if they're in other industries outside of yours, and apply it to what you're doing. Like, I've made a very conscious decision over the past probably like couple of months. You said that's what made you buy the mug. Thank you for the cosign, Nivani. I have been like, I know for a fact, I was like, I want to lean more into my brand deals, because y'all know I've told y'all, like, I'm about ready to have babies and carrying on like that. So that means I can't work to the capacity that I've been working, and I don't want to be stressed out. I know children are stressful, but I'm just telling y'all the truth. I don't want to be out here working 16 hours a day and still trying to be like a great mom. So that means I'm going to have to lower my client load. And I'm like, well, I don't want to lower my lifestyle, and I don't want to lower my income. So I got to figure out where else I'm making this money from, right? So like, I literally have been transitioning my brand and leaning more into it. I don't know if y'all noticed, I just started kind of suddenly. It's like I just put it like a little bit. I subtly started adding things. It was very, very subtle. So like, it was like, oh, like I'm doing a daily vlog, but my work would be in there. And then all of a sudden, it was more towards what I was cooking or what we were eating than me actually working. Then all of a sudden, oh, what I'm wearing to a meeting. And then all of a sudden, I didn't have to talk about what I was wearing to a meeting or to a client appointment or to a client event. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this is my outfit of the day. And people like it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I have been like, I knew that I could not just go, I couldn't make a hard stop in my transition. It's a process. So I literally have planned it out, and I knew it was going to take me about 1.5 years to transition over. And so I'm getting closer towards the end. I'm probably like in the last 6 to 7 months of it. Even with my content, one of the reasons I'm pushing so hard for Monetization Nation, I'll only be doing business training, like specific business strategy training, probably 1 time a week. The rest of it will be behind the paywall. The other days of the week, I'll be focused on, business tea, and we'll be on the community conversations. Does that make sense? So whatever it is that you want to do, what you better do, look, watch this. Watch me plug my own products. You better get you one of these $1 Million Thoughts notebooks. You better get you a $1 Million Thoughts notebook and get you a profit planner so you can plan out your brand strategy and what you posted. You go click the link in the bio and tap the first button. So now you have a direction. But I'm serious. Like, that's literally how I plot and plan things out. That's literally what I do. Hey, Spiritual Love too. So it's the same thing with y'all. So you can sell your own stuff and still be able to work with other brands and companies. You can do both. I recommend both. I think it's very dangerous to only be reliant on brand deals. Hey, Peaches. Anybody else got anything? Because I've said what I wanted to say. Now, when we get into this whole fat Black woman thing, okay, I'm gonna say this, and I feel like I can say this as a big Black woman. Okay, big Black woman. Okay. First of all, first of all, if you guys did not know, today is the last day. You can get 39% off. Click the link in the bio, tap the first button when this stream is over, go load up on the products, okay? But when we get into this about the world doesn't like you if you're a big Black woman. I'm a big Black woman in the South. And I will tell you, some of you guys are not going to believe me, okay? But there are several men, when I go outside and I walk around, they want to, okay? They're very attracted to me. They find me very sexy. No, they're not leaning into my personality and who I am. They find me very, very, very attractive. They find me very beautiful, okay? So that's number one, okay? I've also been a multitude of different sizes, because I played sports my whole life, okay? I've been fit, thick. I accidentally got skinny one time. I didn't like that, so I had to gain some weight back. Baby, I've been fluffy. I've been fat. I have been a multitude of sizes. And I am telling you, this is from my personal experience. You and how people treat you is based on how you feel about yourself. Men still was trying to get at me. Men still wanted to take care of me. Men still were offering me things. You understand what I'm saying? Men still burning that cash on me. Men still would go broke for it, okay? Big Ashley, skinny Ashley, thick Ashley, whatever Ashley they can get, that's the Ashley that they want. So this idea that if you go and lay on a table and you get skinny, you're magically going to get more money. You're magically going to get better deals, that people magically are going to treat you better. That is just not, that's the furthest thing from the truth. People treat you well based on how you command to be treated. And notice I said command and not demand. I don't have to demand anything from anybody. My presence commands a specific amount of attention. My presence commands a specific type of respect. My presence, like I'm just kidding. Some people may feel like this sounds egotistical, but it's not egotistical. I'm just telling the truth. And so because I really like myself, I love myself. I think I'm fantastic at whatever size, I am. My major priority is trying to stay, more on the healthy side. Because of that, I have not experienced people trying to pay me less or people not taking me seriously because I'm just a big Black woman. I have not experienced that. I'm just telling y'all this. Anytime I see a clip circulating online and they're talking about the fat friend or the big friend and girls are crying and they're like, I don't know. I'm like, baby, stand up, girl, get yourself together. This has nothing at all to do with your size. When I go out, I still have plenty of men trying to holler at me. I still have plenty of men that want to buy me drinks and dinners and take me on dates. I still have plenty of men that feel like, I'm a good wife and they're proud of me. They're not trying to hide me. They want to show me off. Ooh, this is my girl. Look at her, look at her, look at her, look at her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like like a lot of the things that sometimes people feel, you feel it about yourself. And because you are so self-deprecating, you now are projecting that onto other people, and you feel that other people think these things about you. You feel that other people only see you as a big woman. You feel that other people, you know what I mean, don't like you or not giving you a chance or not taking you seriously or not listening to you because you're big. That literally is in here. And I'm not saying that there aren't people that aren't fat phobic. There are. But who cares? I don't care. I don't care. You don't want me, I don't want you. We good to go. And you can say something about me being fat. I can say something about the lack of symmetry in somebody's face. I can say something about them being bad built. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about your bad attitude. I can talk about stank breath, missing teeth. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about the fact that you got comprehension of a kumquat. Like we could go on and on and on and on and on. Everybody has a flaw. So, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buck. So a lot of that with people treating people, thank you, Gina. A lot of that people mistreating people in that way is because they know that they can pick on you because they can. I'm telling y'all, energy is real and people may not be able to verbalize it, but they can feel that you don't like yourself. They can feel that you think less of yourself. They can feel, you know what I'm saying, that you don't have a high self-regard. They can feel that. They may not be able to verbalize it, but they can feel it. And so people know who to play with and they will try and go in on you. And sometimes people, they may misread the room, you know what I'm saying? And they'll try and temperature check me and I'll burn their ass up. And then they know and everybody else knows around them, baby, that's not the one to play with. But if you look good, if you feel good about yourself, I'm telling y'all this as a big woman, my weight ain't never stopped nothing. I literally do not. I've never experienced a man being embarrassed to be with me. I've never experienced that. I've never experienced a man trying to sleep with me or date me, on the side. I haven't experienced that. Now, I'm not saying that no one's ever made fun of me or, made light of my size or something like that. Of course, there's somebody that tries it and I don't care. And that's that.
That is a word, and you need to be plugging your manifestation right now because it all coincides.
It does.
You manifest what it is that you bring to you. And so if you don't have that mentality, you're going to manifest the people based upon your mindset. So if you think low about yourself, you're manifesting those people and situations in. So once you start working on yourself, you bring in those blessings. So go ahead, girl, talk that.
Yes, get your manifestation kit. The manifestation kit is bomb because it's for business, for personal and professional. So it has all of the planners in it. It does have the mug in it. It also comes with the crystal infused water bottle. It has budgets in it for money manifestation. It has different mantras. It has stickers. It has all the notebooks, like everything. This is the best kit to get as far as like bang for your buck. And it has like another $2,500 in digital, like virtual trainings that comes with it too. It's amazing. But yeah, that's real talk. So when people were, asking me, over the weekend how I felt about what was going on with Fanita, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't relate. And I know there were people on the internet, they were like, oh, y'all called this girl all kinds of fat, ugly, this, that. And then, now she's mad and excusing it. People can say a lot of things about me, but just because somebody puts it down doesn't mean I have to pick it up. Hippolyta says same here. I never experienced it. I'm telling you, it's just how you feel about yourself and what you choose to focus on in life. And I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna be around people that don't want to be around me. I'm not gonna try and force myself, you know what I'm saying, on a man. And if I'm being honest, I've never had a problem meeting or dating or attracting any of the type of men that I wanted. That's why whenever I do my little date streams on what we should do, hey Poetic, hey Gemini, or that's why the rooms are always full. Every person that knows me, they have a joke. They call me the whisperer. That's what they call me. They will tell you, men effing love me. They cannot get enough of me. Men love Ashley Ann. They can't get enough of me. Period. It is what it is. I walk outside and they are like, hey, Miss Ashley. I'm like, hey boys. Okay. It is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? You said thanks for the hoodie and the mug combo. Thanks for grabbing the hoodie and the mug combo. I hope you enjoy the birthday discount. But like, it's really how you feel. And so when it comes to brands and companies, I don't feel like a company, I don't feel like I've ever been slighted by a company because a company is like, oh, we don't want to work with her because she's a big girl. I don't feel that way. And maybe I don't feel that way because I'm not approaching brands that my branding and my audience doesn't align with. Because sometimes companies and brands are going to approach you, and sometimes you're going to have to reach out to companies and brands. But I'm not, y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to companies that don't align with me and who I am. Like, I've had people ask me before, like, oh, why have we never seen you do anything with Fashion Nova? They do something with everybody on the internet. And this is no disrespect. Shout out to everybody that likes Fashion Nova. Honestly, do I really look like a Fashion Nova girly? Nothing wrong with Fashion Nova, but realistically, do I really look like a Fashion Nova girly? Are y'all coming to me because y'all want to see fast fashion from me? Nobody comes to me because they want to see fast fashion from me. No, nobody comes to me because they're looking to see, like, can I get the lowest price outfit from her? Nobody's looking to me for that. Nobody comes to my page looking for a dupe of no one's coming to me because they're like, oh, Ashley can tell me how to find a dupe of a Birkin or a Chanel, or no one's coming to me for that. So it doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? For me to promote or line up with that or go after that type of company. So a lot of y'all, you got to really put some thought into, like, who are you? And again, there's nothing, if you want to be a fast fashion girly, like, if I'm being honest, I feel like Fanita, when she was going through her thing, she could definitely talk about fast fashion because she's done several shout outs and said, when she was wearing a 2X or a 3X, she was able to get those clothes through Fashion Nova. And then some of the other stuff that she wears now as a smaller girl, you can still tell that it's on the fast fashion train. So that may be something that she needs to move into. Like, she could start a series on how she's learning how to dress her smaller body. Right? I was a big girl and now I'm small, and you know what I mean? Like, clothes are expensive. So this is how this is what I'm shopping, or this is what I'm putting on to do XYZ element of P with. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have to make stuff make sense. And then that realistically could be a brand deal or a partnership that she may do well with, because they do gear towards a lot of personalities, whether they're social media personalities, on-screen personalities, or reality TV personalities. Fashion Nova tends to like people that have very large personalities, entertainers, musicians, all of that. Y'all see what I'm saying? See, that's why people pay me. Thank you, Dance Digital. And so she may not feel like she's getting a pay disparity if she's working with a company like that. You see what I'm saying? They may pay her $25,000 per post. And she'll, you know what I'm saying? They may pay her $40,000 per post, because that would make, you see what I'm saying? That would make sense for her with them. So that's another thing too. Before people holler like pay disparity, pay disparity, pay disparity, you have to look to see, do what I present, does it line up with this company or this brand that I'm approaching? Hey, Shauna, what's going on, girl? So yeah, so that's my piece. That's my piece on that. If anybody wants to pull up in the panel, baby, you can definitely pull up. Okay, you can sound off, you can talk about it. But that's what I want to give y'all from the business side. You know, when we look into working with brands and companies, and yes, there's a huge difference between an influencer and a content creator. Thank you, Charmaine. And y'all make sure y'all click the link in the bio. Okay, use code BDAY to get your 39% off. All of our products are on sale today. Today is the last day of the birthday sale. So yes, get your profit planner, get your manifestation mug, go get you a manifestation kit, okay? Get you a mug and a hoodie, whatever makes you feel good. What's the difference? What's the difference in what, Nikki? You said big facts. Some of us have personal essays. Factual. Factual. A lot. Let's see. I sent your money guns in the wrong place earlier. Oh, no problem. Thank you so much for the money gun. Hey, Mrs. Button, I appreciate it. I appreciate the money guns. Influencer or creator, influencers actually have an audience. They have, I'm going to tell you like this, their audience is defined. You can define their audience by the demographics, the psychographics. Typically, influencers are pushing a lifestyle, or they're seen as a resource for a particular like niche or an area of expertise, as opposed to a content creator. Content creators, normally there's not a defined lane for them. Okay, so and we're discussing all the stuff that happened with Vanita, you know, and Alex Earl and Mecca and all of that stuff. But like, there's normally like a defined lane, because you can see like there's a consistency in specific topics when it comes to their content, or that they're creating, or that they're pushing out information about. You see what I'm saying? So it's a big difference. You can be a content creator with a lot of followers, but content creators literally they just create content. Also, you'll notice a lot of influencers aren't very controversial with their takes. They stay pretty neutral. Hi, I'm in your Monetization Nation program. Do you help with drafting hair ambassador contracts? I'll be honest, if I was doing a contract, that's normally something we do with like a one-to-one client. But if you want to go through it and kind of give me like the overall details or your specific questions, I probably can answer it for you like that without you having to do a one-to-one. Because I think we have session on the 30th or the 31st. It's at 6:00, whichever day. It's the 30th or 31st this week. But yeah, it's a big difference. And some of these people that I see getting online talking about the pay disparity, they're not influencers. They do not have like, this is the thing. An influencer, you could do a collaboration or a partnership with another company or that brand, and your audience is going to sell it out. You see what I'm saying? A content creator, the company is going to use your content to market that offer. Thank you, Charmaine, using 720-4800-559527. That's the best way I can break it down to you. I want to be a healthcare influencer. I think that's a really good lane for you. Which course did I sign up for? Poetic. So what do you have established? Like, do you have like do you have like an actual marketing model established for yourself yet, and on your branding? And then I would want to know, like, how much of your infrastructure you have together, because that would determine, or that would determine what's going to be the best course. You said you follow up with you in the class, dope, but like seriously, that's really the difference. Think about it like that. An influencer, you can sell your own stuff, you can sell somebody else's stuff, and it's going to sell out to your audience. Someone that is a content creator, a brand or a company is going to take your content and they're going to use it to market or create awareness about their stuff. Very, very big difference. Very, very big difference. Let's see. Hey, Poetic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, girl.
I'm at work. Yes, I just wanted to, because I want to do something positive for the community and I want to help the community. So I just been going live Saturday from 8 to 10:30, or, but I just started really taking it serious. And I've only been doing this, I think, for 5 weeks now. But I'm just kind of basically winging it.
First, I got to see the show this weekend. I feel like Instacoin is probably going to be the best for you, just because it's comprehensive and it takes everything from the beginning, like how to create the infrastructure, how to establish your brand, creating your initial like products and the offers, conversion tactics and strategies. Like it's going to cover all of that, content creation workshops. And then we have the weekly live trainings inside of there too. So that's why I feel like Instacoin is probably going to be the better fit. So that way you can build out everything. Like initially you'll need to put together your tree, then whatever your initial offers are, we may have to build out like some forms, some upsells, some downsells form, being able to establish your brand, getting your content out, your niche specific content every day that's about that category. That's another thing too. You can put whatever you want on your page, but if you're going to be selling something, or if we're trying to convert, even if it's just getting people to come into the community so you can make money from other, companies and brands, getting them to sponsor and stuff like that, you still got to have some type of lead magnet to be able to convert them over. So that way, whenever you go to a company, you can say, oh, I have like 50,000 people inside of my community. They're 72% are women, 28% of men. Most of them are age, 28 to 38, or, whatever it's going to be. They have kids, they make this much income, and, they are into, I don't know, the biggest health issues for them are thyroid, diabetic, and hypertension, or something like that. So then or mental health issues. So then maybe we can go through and get you like a grant or something like that, if that makes sense. So it's basically like putting together the system and being able to move people over, and then being able to identify your audience. So that way, whenever you're working with a company or a brand, you have an easy time converting them.
Okay. Awesome. I will do that. I think I'm going to sign up today. I'm going to go and look, and I'm going to sign up, because I really think that I get so many messages in my inbox, and I really think that I can help the community, especially with health, because so many people of color don't often trust physicians or even go to the doctor. So I'm trying to actually educate the community.
Send me a DM so that way we can get you a discount coupon. Because I had it on sale for my birthday. So that way I can get you the birthday sale price.
Okay, I will send you a DM now. Thank you. And thank you for the gift. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're so welcome. So welcome, doll. You're welcome. All right. Is there anybody else in here that has any confusion about the difference between influencing, content creating, and being able to get out here and negotiate with these brands? Is there paid disparity? Yes, there is paid disparity. I'm not going to say that there's not. Okay. In this specific instance, in the example we saw this weekend, I can't say that it is. Okay. You can't compare yourself to somebody that has 3 times the following that you have, a defined audience, someone that gets over 1 million views every single time that they post, and someone that has very specific niche content. Okay. And I would be shocked if I heard about Alex Earl getting on the internet, cussing out all her followers. Like, did any of y'all see the response that she did to I think her name is Decadent Dane. Y'all know the lady with the voice. She has like a very sultry voice, and she she takes videos and she comments on them, but her voice is just like very intoxicating. Anyway, she called that woman all kinds of bees and idiots and all kinds of stuff with her chest in the camera. That when you're working with a company or a brand, like I said, a lot of brands are not going to want to align with that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. You said you bought the Profit Planner and Marketing 360. How do you start your month out with both? Both are fine. Thank you, Alexi T. I would probably go through the Profit Planner first and mark out like what you're going to be focused on for this month, focusing on who's the target audience, and then jotting down what your content plan is going to be on that side. And then from there, you can start working on the expansion, because 365 is about scaling. Profit Planner is we're getting the sales in, we're getting consistent. 365 is like, now it's time to scale. You said I'm such a great teacher. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Lakeisha. But yeah, like, I mean, y'all, I'm just saying you got to keep it a buck. But that's why I said Fashion Nova may be a good brand for her, because Fashion Nova, they don't have a problem working with personalities. They don't have a problem working with controversial figures. You know what I'm saying? They did the collab with Cardi B. I think they did one with Meg Thee Stallion. Several of the basketball wives and the housewives have, worn their clothing. Several influencers online, I mean, people that we have seen get into physical altercations on television, they have no problem endorsing them and being like, we will give you a deal, wear our stuff, promote our stuff. You see what I'm saying? So that's why. But like, if she was trying to work with, well, she's too skinny for Eloquii now, because Eloquii does plus size clothing. But let's say if that would have been a brand deal that she wanted on the table, they probably wouldn't have worked with her, because she just didn't line up with the lifestyle and the type of woman that they want to attract. Does that make sense? You said my hair is beautiful and dainty. Thank you, honey. We had a top knot on. I had to look cute for the Mr. but does that make sense? I'm hoping this is helping this sink in to y'all's brains, because a lot of it, I'm telling you, a lot of things that people cry about, they're not really looking at the full picture. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody. That's come when I came in here. I didn't put her picture up, as a background or anything like that. I'm just saying this is something that we can learn from. And then you have to learn what your superpowers are when you're going into the boardroom to work with a company or a brand, because it's going to be different for all of us. He said it does. Good, good, good. And then they like it out here in these streets. Okay, we got any questions before we get up out of here for today? Because I got to go to the post office. I really do.
Question.
Yes.
This may be a whole different topic, but what do you think about us lower in terms of followership, working with content creators and influencers in order to get our numbers up?
You absolutely should. I'm a big advocate for doing collaborations. And I don't care if they come in the forms of interviews, if they come in the form of you gifting your products and services, so that way you can get reviews from those people and awareness. I don't care if you're doing panels, if you actually want to pay for a spot on their page. I love, a collaboration, and I'm a firm believer that you get there faster with friends than you just trying to do everything on your own. Like, can you build it out on your own? Yeah, but the road is going to be, it's going to be a little bit slow, and it's going to be a little bit harder. You definitely get there faster with friends. You said I'm new to this, but I've got some PRs to do, but I'm not good at video. What do you mean you're not good at video? Can you do them faceless? Hey, chef, can you do them faceless? Like, what do you mean? Can you be more specific? When y'all type stuff, y'all got to be like super specific with me to help me out. Let's see. Sorry, I missed the money gun. Not put in the right place at the top, still learning. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, girl. I'm just happy that you sent me a money gun. I appreciate everybody that's sitting there sending them money guns, baby. Okay. Because you don't have to. Okay. You don't have to. Is there a beginner level version? I have no idea what a landing page, metrics, or funnels means. Instacoin is my beginning. And I tell anybody to come to Instacoin. If you're making under $25,000 a month in profit on social media, I consider you a beginner, and I would tell you to come into Instacoin Academy. Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you for my money gun. Let's see. VV Embroidery Queen, thank you for my money gun. And then this profit planner right here is a really good place to start as far as being able to organize your thoughts and go back every day and look at like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I mean, hold on, I'll show y'all. Child, I can show y'all in this one because this one is clean. I can't show you the inside of my other one because it's my stuff in there, and people be out here trifling, baby. They're gonna be trying to steal my plans. So if you can see, this one is quarterly. Y'all see the gold tabs? So this one is quarterly, but you go through, and the first thing it's going to take you through is like actual platform selection, because you shouldn't be on every single social media platform. Then over here, this is going to take you through writing out a bio, and there are different questions that is asking in a specific format. Then it's going to go through like how you're making the offers on your page. Okay, then we start getting into like planning the content. This is where a lot of people struggle with, was whenever we get into messaging. Like, I mean, it literally takes you through like step by step. Is ask you, like right here is ask you, how often are you going to be making the offers, the offers and the frequency on the different accounts, the schedule, stuff like that. This takes you through creating an archetype. This starts explaining to you like the baseline of a tier 1 funnel. Like, I mean, it's really, really good. It starts going through your emails. I have email templates in here too, because a lot of people struggle with emails. Then this actually starts your process of your social media strategy. So like what we're posting, how we're posting, where we're posting it. I mean, it's good stuff in here. Okay. This is like your sales tracker over here when we come to the goals and how many sales we're making. You said it's a big book. It's an actual planner. It's an actual real life planner. Some more stuff on your archetypes. Okay. This starts taking you through the process of actually creating the content, strategic content, and your banks and your buckets. This takes you through the process of like going through your funnel, like the overview, so you can fill it in. If you look closely, they're like little questions. Just answer the questions, okay? Hashtag mining and mapping and stuff like that, okay? And then this is actually where you can start processing like your actual content and your posts for the week and for the days. So anyway, this is the profit planner. So this is why I tell anybody, if you're making under $10,000 a month, you start here inside of this planner for a quarter, and then you can graduate to the 365 marketing guide. And this one takes you through a whole year. This is how we start. This is how we scale. So that's why a lot of people buy the duo, so they get both. You say you love the profit planner. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah. I didn't know that you can go faceless. I thought you had to show your face with the product. No, you can go faceless. You go. I have all kinds of pages that are faceless for services and products, and they make a lot of money. You absolutely do not have to show your face. No, you don't have to show your face. Any pre-launch advice for a hair company? I don't know enough about your company to tell you how to pre-launch. So I would tell you to click the link in the bio and go to the 1-to-1 section and book a power session. Because depending on your audience, your content that's already out there, the type of hair company, the price point, you know what I mean, of the product that you're actually selling. When it comes to hair, how you're delivering it, it's a lot of different factors would totally determine like your lunch schedule and your strategy. Who's already in your network? How many people do you have offline or online? Are you doing an in-person event? Are you right? Like, are we doing like coupon codes? Like, what type of promos you have lined up? How many testimonials do you already have? Like, of people talking about your product? It's a when we get into like a pre-lunch, like it's stuff we have to know. So yeah. But if you want to click the link in the bio, like I said, scroll down to the 1-to-1 section and then book a power session. And it's a form. It's going to ask you a bunch of questions. If you fill out the questions, then I'll be able to review them and we can get on a call and I'll be happy to give you some pre-lunch advice for your company. Any other questions, you guys, before we dismiss for today? Oh, thank you, Love McKay. Peace, love, and blessings to you too, Honey Pun. Hey, to Empower. What's going on, Love Bug? Hey, Jen. Has anyone been informed? Hey, Miss Fab Financial. Thank you for my money gun. Has everyone been informed at this point? Does everybody understand? Just because you got a lot of followers does not mean that you're an influencer. And that a lot of you guys, if you aspire to be influencers, whether you want to be a large influencer, a macro, a micro influencer, baby, you got to niche down and figure out, where you want to be. What other app am I on? I am on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook right now as well. But you got to figure that out here in these streets, what you really do want to do. And then honestly, I would tell a lot of you guys, y'all need to start thinking about the treatment of your content. So and if y'all want me to do some streams about that, we can talk about that. We got to finish up Sell Your Stuff. Once we get back into June, we put it on pause to go through the birthday celebrations. But like, if y'all want me to do some like trainings on the actual treatment, and that's really putting some type of like thought into what does that thumbnail look like? You know what I'm saying? Really putting some thought into what does my lighting look like? The clips, the speed, what's happening with the song choices. Really put, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there are some people's content, when you look at it, it has a specific aesthetic. When you go down the timeline, it creates a specific feel, right? So there's like a clean aesthetic, a soft aesthetic, a masculine aesthetic, a bold, a high energy. Some of y'all stuff is chaotic. One video is clear, the next one is grainy because you didn't clean off your lens. Y'all got 11 different fonts across the screen. Today you're talking about a puppy. Next time you're talking about your coffee. The next time you're over here beefing with somebody. The next post after that, you know what I'm saying? Now you want to give some type of business information or tip. You know what I'm saying? It's like all over. Some of it has good lighting. Some of it is really dark. Some of it you have makeup on. Another one you're out here, in your bonnet. And I will tell you this to all my bonnet girlies. I want y'all, don't let these people play in your face. I want y'all to look at some of the larger influencers. If they ever are on the camera in their bonnet, baby, they will be in a bonnet with a full face of makeup. It may be a natural beat, but they're not really getting on here natural. Oh, I'm in my bonnet. I'm being relatable. Full face on. They may be in the bonnet, but that background is going to be clean and spiffy and nice and grandioso, so you can see them in their beautiful home or in their luxury villa that they're staying there for the weekend. You understand what I'm saying? So this is how they're still able to keep like a luxury feel or a high class feel, even though they're on the camera in their bonnet. Oh, they're in a robe, but they're in a robe and they have on earrings and they have on eyelashes and the towel is just perfect on their heads. Like I said, you got to pay attention, okay? And your brand is you. You know what I'm saying? Is dependent on you, but you have to really think about that. Y'all think by accident they got the perfect pose of like their cheekbone so you can see the highlight in the camera with the brushstroke for the still image on the page. Y'all think that was an accident. Y'all don't think that they may have taken 5011 pictures? That they may have taken that picture and run it through Snapseed so it could fix the colors on it or the saturation? Y'all don't think that they looked at one and they said, "Ooh, my fingernail doesn't look good in this, but it looks better in the other one, so let me try and do it again"? Oh, okay. You said the behind the scenes be wild. I'm just trying to help somebody out. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the things that people are using for y'all don't think it's by circumstance that anytime one of them gets out here and they have to make an apology to the public that they're sitting on the floor or they're in their bathroom or they're somewhere, that looks like plain, you know what I'm saying? There's not a lot going on. Y'all think this issue that thank you, Envy. Thank you, NVA. I'm just saying. This, if you don't want to be an influencer, I'm not speaking to you. Okay. If you just want to get out here and create content for fun, you just get out here. Thank you, Big Drew. You just get out here and create your content for fun and you do that. But for those of you that know that you want to get into the game where you're able to get brand deals, where you're able to get paid for user generated content, you're going to have to start being more mindful of some of these things. Your because Ashley Ann is telling you because I want you to win. So other people are not telling you, but I'm telling you, you're gonna have to put some more effort into that thing, baby doll. You got to put some more thought into it. Sometimes you may have to plan out your content day. Y'all think I feel like getting myself together every day, and I don't. Okay, that's why sometimes. Like the chicken I just posted for lunchtime, that's what I cooked yesterday for lunch. I went out in the morning and I recorded my herb pot. Did you see my face? No. When I cooked the whole little chicken dinner, did you see my face? No. I didn't even put my voice with it. But I do that sometimes just because I need y'all to know you can make faceless content that is still really good content. I could have gave y'all tips on how to do something in your business and never show my face and had the camera focus on my hands on the laptop and me packing and unboxing and shipping stuff. You have to put some type of thought. You have to put some type of intention into what you're doing. And I don't feel like hey Danae, hey girl, hey. I don't feel like enough of y'all are being told this. And then it's a lot of disappointment when it's time. I was trying to bring you up, Danae. I don't know what happened. Oh, no. Over there. But a lot of y'all are not putting thought into this, and this is why you're getting disappointed, because now you're putting months or you're putting years into trying to create, into trying to build, and you're getting frustrated, but you're not covering some of like just the base, you know what I'm saying, like the baseline, some of the foundational stuff. And something else I'm going to say, I tell y'all all the time, you need to tap into like awareness posts. Some of y'all literally are not growing because you're not talking about things that people want to hear. Thank you, Riri. I said what I said, and I know y'all don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. To grow your page, you have to talk about things that your audience wants to talk about. That's why I take y'all through the process of learning the psychographics of your audience. So there are going to be some things that they're going to be unrelated to whatever your core offer is, but you literally are going to be talking about them. So that way your content can be relevant to your audience. You can stay inside of their algorithm and you can attract new people. Is real out here in these streets, ladies and gentlemen, pimps and players, heifers and hustlers. Like you got to think about it. It's a ton of money out here to be made in these streets, but you have to position yourself to make the money that you want to make. And I would also say this, Give yourself grace and give yourself time. A lot of y'all, like there's some people, they're just gonna wake up and they gonna hit their ish. It's just gonna hit overnight. Okay. But for a lot of people, that's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna be how it is. A lot of y'all, you need time. You have to develop a know, like, and trust factor with your audience. You have to create, you know what I'm saying? There has to be a space that your audience knows you for whatever that thing is. I hope that makes sense. So some of y'all are agitated because things aren't going as fast as you want them to go. Well, sometimes people need, you know what I mean, 3 to 6 months, maybe 6 months to a year to get to know you for that thing before it just jumps off. Especially if you don't have other people to be able to co-sign for you and say that you are in fact good or great at whatever it is that you do. Uh-oh. Let me say thank you to Broken Beauty LLC for my money guns. Riri, thank you for my money guns. Still Washington, thank you for my money guns. Travel with Sheree, thank you for my money gun. VV Embroidery, thank you for my money gun. Glorious Locks, SNHB, thank you for my money gun. And Miss Fab Financial, thank you for my money gun. Miss B0418, thank you for my money gun. Love and Dance Digital Dreams, thank you so much for my money gun. I appreciate you guys. Hey, we made it rain. Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to get off their chest or that they want to sound off about when we talk about the difference between a influencer and a content creator? Anybody got anything that they feel like is unsaid or that they want to say about, what we all saw go down with Fanita this weekend? Like, I was just like, dang, I was like, somebody going to take her phone. Okay. But they still haven't taken the phone, baby, because she got online and she was still at it earlier today. And I was like, Lord have mercy.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
As you're transitioning your content, are you going to produce a Dick Whisperer kit?
Maybe inside of the ladies group I may, because I'll be honest, like it's not, I know it sounds cliche, but it really has more to do with you being obsessed with yourself, and the work you're doing on yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? More
Absolutely.
so than anything else. It does, and I feel like a woman who's working on herself, she's going to take care of herself in a certain way that a woman who's not working on themselves. A woman who's working on herself, there are going to be things that she's going to accept or that she will not accept that other women will. So, like, for instance, I remember we were in here one night and this girl was talking about, this guy that she was dating, and then the guy disappeared on her, and then he kind of hit her with like a hey big head. And she was like, they went through this cycle for 4.5 years. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you keep responding to him when he messages you back? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? This is not somebody you took a commitment to or vows, not somebody you have children with. Like, what are you doing? And then basically, long story long, he ends up, getting this new woman and jumping into a relationship with her. And I was just like, this is crazy. And she was so upset by it. But I was like, ma'am, that's your fault. Just because he messaged you, no one said you have to answer back. I can't tell y'all how many guys when I was single and dating that would send me DMs or send me a text or call me if I wasn't feeling them or if I didn't like the way that they handled me or I felt like they were playing games. I just didn't answer them back.
Absolutely.
No one says you have to engage. Like, you can just not, but that's because of how I feel about myself. And I don't have to tell you off. I don't have to cuss you out and say, you're not going to play with me like that. I don't know who you used to, blah, 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 blah. At this point, I don't care what you think about me because I'm not thinking about you.
Absolutely. Because when you point the finger at them, talking about them, you got 3 fingers pointing back. So you're ignoring those 3 fingers. Mm-hmm. So you have to look at you and what you're willing to accept, and you got to be brave. I don't care how much you love that man. You have to walk away because you have to train a relationship and you have to teach a person how to treat you. And that's what that new woman ended up doing, and he complied.
Yeah, and
So
sometimes sometimes it's not even about like teaching. Like some people, you have to understand, is just not in the destiny cards for y'all. and that is okay. So I watch a lot of women block themselves from, the love or the person they really want to attract in their lives because they keep entertaining bull crap.
Yep.
And so I don't
Absolutely.
believe you are who you attract. I hate it when people say that. No, we are who we entertain. Like, you're, as a woman, you're beautiful. I don't care what you look like. Listen to me, girls, what I'm saying right now. Women are inherently attractive, okay? And you may not be attractive to everyone, but you are attractive to someone, okay? So somebody like what you got. Okay, whether you got a little bit of it or a lot of it, whether you got a mid-size amount of it, you know what I'm saying? Somebody somewhere likes it. And so you have to figure out, with you being approached by several different energies, why is it that you keep gravitating to a toxic energy or a detrimental energy? That's really the question. So it's really more about working on yourself more so than trying to force other, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to force somebody to treat me appropriately. I'm not going to force you to do that. Either you want to do it or you don't. And if you don't want to do it, baby, I'm finna shake and bake. It's that simple.
But ma'am, that's training a relationship. Right?
I don't know if I would consider it training a relationship, because some of them I'm not going to be in relation with. Relationship is a level of connectiveness that you have. Yeah. And so with so there's definitely guys that I dated and I saw very clearly, like, you are not worth my time. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was it. And once I decided that in my brain, I went on about my business. And it's not even just in romantic relationships, even on this app. You know what I mean? Y'all have seen some people try and drag me into stuff, and baby, where do they stay? Down there in the dirt. And I'm going on about my business. I'm not attracted to people that want to mishandle me, misuse me, or abuse me. And I don't have to fall for the same thing several times over for me to get the point. Hey, Denaya.
Hello.
What's up, girl? Good. How are you?
What is going on? You're looking fabulous per usual.
Thank you.
I gotta send you some new jewelry because I need a whole new collection, so I definitely gotta send that to you.
Okay.
Do you still have your other ones? Do you still have your yellow ones I sent you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been rocking with Miss King Ashley Ann since freaking Periscope, honey. Like,
long time.
Yes, she definitely knows what she's talking about. She knows how to get that coin.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I actually got to meet her when she came to Chicago one time. Really good people, great energy, really good vibes. She's the same way on here as she is in person, I promise you.
I try to be. So this is the thing. I'm not a good liar. So therefore, like, trying to have multiple personalities and be one way online and another way in person would just be exhausting to me. And I have so many things I have to do in my day. I don't want to bog myself down with trying to figure out what personality am I today? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like this is what you get. You know what I'm saying? You win it or you not.
Exactly. And that's the same thing with me. I've always been the same way offline that I am online, and that's how I've been able to thrive, is because I am authentic. And that is so incredibly important, because a lot of people that you see online, you know, in real life. So why y'all keep fronting? I'm just saying. It doesn't make any sense if you sit and saying you have all this online, and then people are like, but last week you were saying XYZ. So why are you switching it up?
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes as long as you're not switching up your personality, but I let people switch up opinions and thoughts because sometimes there's like new information, you know what I mean, that maybe you didn't have before. Sometimes you just learn better, you know what I'm saying? Like you think a certain thing and then you go through a life experience and then you're like, well dang, you know what I'm saying? Or you know somebody that goes through that experience. So I feel like so like I'm down for people changing their mind or changing their thoughts about something. As long as you're just not changing up like you know, like the essence of you, then I'm normally good. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Hello, everyone. Make sure you guys are coming in. Make sure you guys are hardening up this live.
Yes.
You guys join the team and all of that fun stuff.
Yes, all of that.
Yes.
So how do you feel like you're going on your journey as far as like, are you a content creator or are you an influencer? Hey, Swim, thank you for the heart, me love.
I would definitely say influencer
Hey,
because
Dan.
of the fact that we, you know, with the radio station we do have brand deals, and you know I'm looking to gain more. I'm actually going to be completely switching on my content because I'm actually going to be working with a space that's all about content creation.
Okay.
That just launched in Chicago 5 months ago. So yes. So I'll be going live from there. Way more obviously you guys can see the space and come check it out. If you're in Chicago and y'all looking for a space to do some content,
that's dope. So let me ask you this, because I feel like this will help everybody in here before we get out of here. When you were in the process of trying to get your initial like sponsorships and brand deals, what was that like for you? Because I think it's a lot of people in here, they hear about all of this money that's out here, they hear about brand deals, they hear about sponsorships, but a lot of times people don't really know, you know, or they're looking for someone to let them know what to expect the beginning process is going to be like for that.
The one thing that I will definitely say when it comes to getting your sponsorships and brand deals is be authentic, and thank you for the gifts. Being authentic is so incredibly important, but also it's all about building your brand. So the station that I'm with, we've been on air since 2007. We originally did Blog Talk, and now we've had the app for 3 years. We've been able to build our audience enough that brands understand why it's important to deal with us, because we have an international audience base. Our shows reach millions every week, and we can show that consistency also with the brands that we've created. But I think the biggest thing is the fact of when we have our guests on, we've never been that station to try to get that like soundbite or anything like that. The biggest thing that we've done is that we make sure that putting our people in the best light. Because some stations, what they do is that they focus on trying to get that soundbite and trying to, just make themselves famous. We focus on spotlight our guests, like it should be. And they would do this in their brands.
See, but I love that because it's basically y'all's unique proposition.
Absolutely. Because when you focus on spotlighting other people, then people see that. Like, perfect example, I have a guest that I'm going to be on in a couple of weeks, and she's a blues artist, and she was saying that there's a lack of stations that are promoting blues and jazz. So guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to fill that void and make sure that we have a section specifically promoting blues and jazz. And not only are we going to have it, we're going to make sure that we promote that so we get more blues artists and more jazz artists, and make sure that it's the new school blues artists and jazz artists so they get their own shine, because that's important to not just big up the legends, but big up the people that are on their way as well.
Factual. So basically there's a hole in the market and you're like, we're going to fill it.
Absolutely. No question about that.
I love it. Fantastic. So boom, there I go, y'all. So whatever it is you're doing, you need to be authentic. You need to be focused. You need to have a specific niche, a specific target, and that's what you're going to aim for. I have class tonight, So depending on how class goes will determine if I'm coming back out here in these streets. I do know we need to battle because we ain't battled in a while. But y'all do not forget, today is the last day you can get
Thank you so
39%.
much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Today is the last day you can get 39% off. So click the link in the bio, tap the first button. You can get your mug, you can get your bottle, you can get I have so many. You can get your planners, you can get your hoodies. If you're trying to get a manifestation kit, I think there's only 7 of them. Okay. Also, you guys don't forget, those of you that get your kits, we have a manifestation challenge that starts in a few days. So you get to come into that as well. So, anyways, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all are on the planet Earth. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. If it's morning time or daytime where you are, have a productive and a prosperous day. If it's evening time, get yourself a good night's rest. Hey, Dr. Daphne, what you got? Holler at me real quick before my iPad dies.
Thank you for putting me up. I came late